Do you want to learn how to make tech house like pros? In this step-by-step Ableton Live tutorial, I will teach you how to make tech house like Dom Dolla. So we will start with the bass line, because the bass line is the foundation of the tech house track. And let me play you the bass line without the drums, without the melodic elements, and it sounds like that. So as you guys can hear, this track has bass layers. So now I'm going to teach you how to layer tech house bass. So let's do some tech house sound design. And the first bass sounds like that in solo. So basically for this bass, we have a saw and a filter with resonance. You can use any synthesizer. I really like Diva because it's fat and warm. So I hope it's clear and you guys understand how to make tech house bass like this. As you can see, I just have 3 oscillators and every single of them is a saw. All right, so let's move to the second bass layer. And the second bass layer is more like a punchy bass. So now I'm going to teach you how to make a punchy tech house bass. As you can hear, it plays together with the main bass and makes it more interesting, more powerful. Yeah, it sounds good. But it just adds that interesting top layer. And for this bass line, you just need to utilize 2 oscillators, 1 basic waveform, and 1 more like complex digital waveform, and that's it. So I hope you guys get this one. And let's move to the third layer. And the third layer sounds like this. This bass is really, really basic. All you need to do is just to have any kind of waveform, maybe a saw, maybe a square, and I've just added some noise. So if I bypass the noise, you can really hear that it's just basic sound. And when I add noise, it becomes a bit more interesting. And for the bass, it just the root note. So the original track was in C, and here the bass notes, they don't change. So we just constantly are working around the root note. And there's one more interesting layer in the original track that I've tried to recreate, and it's the tom sound. So as you guys can see, we have a C, the D. As you guys can hear, it's really, really simple. And now let's talk about the drums. The drums are pretty interesting in this track. So we have some basic hats that I've layered. Nothing really complicated here, so let's play together with the bass. And now I'm going to show you these small little percussion elements that add to that groove. And the clap. So you can hear that this reversed snare clap is what adding groove power to the drum loop, because without these small elements, it wouldn't sound as interesting. It would be just too flat. So listen carefully to these elements. Let's play this one once again. And what I've done here, I've just used delay with a really, really short time to make it like that. So you can hear. And without the delay, just the basic sound. So that's it. And finally, we have this percussion sound. And for this one, it's just the percussion sound and lots of reverb. And all together, let me play you the main groove. That's it. So now let's move to the most interesting part, guys, and it's the main lead sound. So in the original track, we've just had the vocal and the main lead sound. So let me show you the notes I'm using here. So we start from a G. It sounds like that. And now let me show you how to make this tech house lead. Let's do some tech house lead sound design. All right. So we have two oscillators and a filter. The main envelope looks like this. I've added some attack, and the decay time is pretty long. Yeah, you could just copy the envelope. That's it. And the first envelope controls the filter. So as you can see, you can just drag and drop it like this here. It's MG low 12. We don't want to cut too much high frequencies. So you can see it controls the filter. And because we have a long attack here, it doesn't sound just like this. And for the waveforms, I've chosen this, I think, a saw, and this one is a square. And I've detuned the square so we have like a really wide stereo image, because if I don't do that, you can see it just plays in mono. It doesn't sound that interesting, that wide. So you want to apply unison here, detune the oscillator. And for the voicing, you want to do mono legato, because we don't have polyphony here. It's the mono lead. And I've also utilized some portamento, which is basically the glide. Right, so let's talk let's talk about FX section. And here we have some distortion, and the first envelope, it controls the drive. So if I just remove the distortion, it adds that nice top end. As you can see, controls the drive. The next step is the multiband compression OTT, just to make the sound more crisp, because without the compression, yeah, it doesn't sound that's flat, you know, that's crisp and crunchy. So we just squash the sound a little. The next thing is the hyperdimension, to make the sound even wider. And the last thing is the chorus. So if I just bypass these two, it's a really subtle effect, but it makes sense. So this is what you want to do. And finally, there's one more thing which makes that lead sound, and you can see that I'm using LFO1, and LFO1 controls the chorus pitch, so you can just drag and drop it like this. And in the in the matrix section, you can see that LFO controls the chorus pitch, and the output you want to set about, I think 7, 9, really low here. Because if I do like that, it's way too much. And basically, this is it for today, guys. If something is unclear, welcome to the comments. I'd be glad to answer your questions to help you. And also, guys, if you need a teacher, a mentor who's going to hold you by the hand and guide you through every single step and music, there's a link down below. Book a time for a free strategy call. We will talk, identify what holds you back, what kind of problems you have, and come up with a personal learning plan for your situation. So that was all for today, guys. Thank you much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.